Hey everybody, Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Reliance School. I am a doofus when it comes to technology, but I have installed a mobile ham unit in my vehicle by myself. So I'm going to walk through it from a newbie standpoint and hope that it helps you get involved in ham radio and get one installed in your vehicle. So what I have is the TYT 9800 and I've got it installed, and just to prove that it works, it's on. And I did that, you all. I got it installed. I also have a Shark antenna, and I'll have links for both of these pieces in the description below. So in this video, what I want to cover is nothing other than the physical install of the unit and show you some things that I learned about it. So you'll notice that it's currently sitting on a bracket, and this bracket right here was rather easy to install. Now I'll tell you, I have an older model 2013 Chevy Silverado, so I don't mind putting screws right into this portion of my dash at all. So there was 4 screws there. They had little bumper washers that keep it from bouncing around and making noise, and so that works exceptionally well. You can see once you get that installed.
KA4 USA, KO4 VPH.
Let me turn it.
Frank?
That's the cool thing about ham radio, is people are always talking. So this is the 2 screws that hold it into the bracket. And you can tell, you can just pull the radio out right now if you want to. I like that about that being able to be done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off now. So here's some things that I learned about this physical install. So I'm gonna take you down to the back of the unit now so you can see this. So you've got several things coming out here. Now this piece right here is a piece that plugs in and out rather easily. The other end of it is this USB that you can see right here. That's what you end up putting into your computer so that you can program it. The programming is going to be in another video. You also have the red and black wires that go to the battery, and then you also have the antenna wire that you see right here. Now let's walk you through the antenna cable setup first, and then we'll look at the battery hookup. So my red and black wires come out of the back of my radio, and then I just tucked them in underneath right here. You can't see this unless you get down this low. Tucked them into this section right in next to all the venting and all that stuff. And the antenna wire does the same thing. It goes right through there, and then everything comes to about right here. Now let me talk about the antenna. This is the antenna cable right here. It comes down behind this housing right here. And then my truck is a Chevy Silverado, so these things right here pop right off. And you can see the cable wires running through there. It goes underneath the seat belt, which was not easy to do. I just popped that up and tucked it in. Same thing right here. These pop right off. That's the cable that you see right there. I ran it up. It goes behind the plastic housing around the door frame, and then it comes right out the top of the door and goes over to the actual antenna. That literally took me about 2 minutes to install. So now let's take a look at my red and black wires that are going to my battery. So again, they're all tucked into here. Now I've pulled this down here some so you can see that they come in, and then as you'll see here, they come out the actual boot installed for the wiring harness from the door itself. So the red and black wires travel up inside the door frame, and you'll see they're going into a hole right there. Now the spot that you see them coming out right there is probably a good 1.5 to 2 feet from where I just showed them going into the frame of the truck. I used a wire to reach back in through this hole where they're coming out, grabbed a hold of them, and then I pulled them out. I actually had to cut them here and splice them so that I could make sure that I kept the fuses intact, and then I ran them up. I got some eyelets from an auto parts store, and I attached them to the wires themselves, and then I melted those onto the red wire and the black wire back here, and just bolted them onto the battery itself. Now on the little boot, probably overkill, but on the boot here that goes over your positive, then I created a hole that you can see right there and cut that with a box cutter so that that still lines up and goes over everything and keeps, again, more moisture out. Now, a couple of things that I learned along the way is that I wanted to pull out as much tension as I could from the radio to make sure the antenna, because it just barely gets to the middle. You'll notice here that you want your antenna to be as close to the middle of the cab as you can, and I ran out about 2 or 3 inches shy of it. So keep that in mind as you're installing your cable. Pull as much tension off as you can. Last thing to remember is make sure the antenna is not connected as you're doing your programming, which was next. So even though I got it installed, I actually unscrewed the antenna from the back of the radio as I was programming, which we'll do in another video. So this has been the install of the TYT 9800. It works well. The programming was a pain in the butt, and I'll walk through all my problems that I had with you so that you can get engaged if you like. I have a technician's license. I'm brand new. I'm learning a whole lot of stuff and love it. I love the fact that it's a very solid backup source of communications in disaster and stuff of that nature. So, and the ham community is just some of the nicest, most helpful people in the world. So jump in. If I can do it, I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it too. Come on, join in. Let's learn together.